So
We just
one
feel like
last
we
thing.
forgot about something.
So, and we'll probably throw this into one of the three segments that we're going to make here, probably the third one. But it's my understanding it's Super Bowl
It
Sunday.
is, actually, yeah.
Okay, like I didn't know this till yesterday, and I used to watch sports when I was a kid. I was very, very into watching and involved in sports. I loved it. I still love watching sports, and I still love participating in sports even at this age. But as far as like organized sports around football, baseball, or basketball, no, I don't watch anymore. I haven't watched in probably over a decade, maybe longer. There was a period of time, maybe in my mid 30s, that I started watching football again for a year or two, and then tuned out again. Ever since my 20s, I was kind of bohemian, running around, and outside of the Bulls, I didn't really watch sports. I used to know all the stats. I could name you. I had all the baseball cards. This is back when you had to buy the baseball card in individual packs, get the stale gum, trade them to get I gave you 5 Willie Stargills for a Dave Parker, that kind of shit. So, and we'd get in complete sets, in the 70s and early 80s. But, as things go on, I can't do it. Like, I just don't care. There's this...
Well, what I find funny is that there was a while where people seemed to care about the Super Bowl, and then there was a while where the people like myself cared about not caring. Like, we would make a big deal about the fact about not caring. And now, like, it's less than 48 hours, and we've just noticed that, oh yeah, no, it actually is tomorrow. And that's how little we actually care.
Well, and
we don't even
this
notice.
is the thing I found fascinating is, like, even maybe 20 years ago, in the workplace, and the way my career has gone is, like, I'm sometimes in offices, sometimes not, this and that and the other. No one's talking about it. Like, I would have heard
the weird part, because
usually weeks building up to.
I had a few years where I actually attended Super Bowl parties, not because I gave it about the damn about the game or about the beer or about anything else, but just to try and blend into the company culture or whatever. And that seems to have been dropping off. Like,
yeah, is anybody watching this? Like, how is this even existing anymore? And look, it's probably most likely because I just don't hang around people who get into that.
Oh, I find it fascinating. Apparently, it's being shown, among other things, on Tubi, which is one of the free streaming sites.
Yeah, I like Tubi.
Yeah, but apparently they're one of the ones hosting it this year, which is
right. So I just don't know what's going on because I hang around, not so much, but recently, last year or two, a bunch of different types of people and kinds of age groups, and I think from all kind of walks of life in a way, and no one's talking about it. I haven't heard a peep about it.
There was about that much of a peep about who was going to be in the halftime show, and I haven't even heard anybody talking about, like, the ads. They used to talk, what ads are going to come out and stuff. Just nothing. Not about the teams, not about the ads, not about anything.
Right. No controversy.
Right.
Dude, remember Super Bowl Shuffle? The Bears. 86,
yeah.
86.
I mean, the biggest controversy right now, Rosen said that it seems like it's the same teams that have been in for the last couple of years, and it's like, oh, well.
I'm from Chicago, so that one, when I was in high school, the Bears lost one game that year versus, I think it was like game 13. Like, how many games are there? Back then it was 14 or 16, whatever it was.
I don't know.
So anyways, it was one of the, maybe later, it could have been like game 8 or 9. So they had gone through the season. They were going to be undefeated. Everybody knew it, right? They're going to win the Super Bowl. They were so brazen and arrogant. They made a song called Super Bowl Shuffle weeks. Like, they said, like, I don't know how many games left. And they made something called Super Bowl Shuffle. They made a video because they were so convinced they were going to win before they even got to the Super Bowl. So that's how ridiculous it was. Well, anyways, they lost to the Miami Dolphins. But everybody was so fucking depressed at school the next day. Anyways, I thought that was funny, but now I could care less. I don't know. I've got no sports teams I follow. I don't care. I love watching track and field. I'll still watch that. But yeah. And do I think sports are... Yeah, I think it's actually very healthy. Team sports, football, I don't understand at all anymore. I don't get it. But team sports, I think it builds character. If it's done in a healthy way. It can be completely unhealthy if you approach it wrong, but it can also be extremely beneficial in so many different aspects of not only physical health, but mental and everything else. So, anyways,
yeah,
is that our take on it? I mean, I don't.
That's basically a take. Yeah.
What the hell's going on? Does anybody care?
Anybody give a damn?
All right.
Bueller.
So I think we've got more than enough for a couple segments here, probably 3 in all reality.
Yeah. So signing off for Sunday, February 9th. Probably be multiple segments, but this was episode number 1.
Right. So then I guess, so this was number 1. Maybe at the end of each segment, we'll just include this and say, hey, 2 more to come. Look, there's probably going to be 3 if this is the first one. There's going to maybe a second. Look, there's going to be at least 2. So if you're at number 1, there's going to be a 2. And if you're at number 2, if you're lucky, number 3, right? Okay.
Yep.
Right.